He was in Cincinnati playing for the Bengals, and his daughter was in Philadelphia fighting for her life. Devon Still spent many days and nights by her side as Leah battled neuroblastoma at age 4. She is now cancer-free, and Devon is here to tell us about how he wants to change the way that men are taught to, quote, act like men. Devon, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
It's good to have you on Good Day. Let's start off with your daughter, Leah, because we all follow this journey that you had with this beautiful little girl and her strength and the love and support of you and your wife. Tell us a little bit about it and where she is at right now.
Yeah, so in 2014, like you mentioned earlier, Leah was diagnosed with stage 4 neuroblastoma and was given a 50% chance of surviving. Now, 7 years later, she's 10 years old, she's cancer-free, and she's just enjoying life, just being a kid and not having to be in and out of the hospital.
There had to be moments when you didn't think you would see this day.
Oh, yeah, there was a lot of ups and downs. There were a lot of moments where we wanted to throw in the towel, but as a professional athlete, we're taught to fight for 4 quarters, and that's what we did. We gave it everything we have, and we ended up winning the battle.
It's beautiful, and she has big dreams. What does she want to be when she grows up? Does she say?
She's all over the place, and I love it. She wants to, be a business owner. She wants to be a doctor, a scientist. What I really just want to do is just support her. Whatever she has interest in, I know that she has the qualities and the leadership skills in order to become whatever she wants to be in life.
And I would imagine that you all also are inspirational and encourage other families that are going through this same type of thing. You have some kind of contact?
Oh, yeah. So what I do is I run a foundation called the Still Strong Foundation, where we financially assist families who are battling cancer, because most families after the diagnosis, they lose about 40% of their annual household income. So we wanted to step in and really fill that void so they can focus on just fighting for their child and not worried about losing their home or their car or things of that nature.
So many prayers answered. Let's talk about this podcast that you have called Real Relationships. What is that?
Yep. Well, me and my wife decided to start this podcast because we faced a lot of turmoil early on in our marriage due to Leah battling cancer. And we noticed that, a lot of people on social media, we look up to people's relationships and we look down at our own, not understanding that a lot of those relationships are filtered. So we wanted to bring the real back to relationships and really show people the struggles of relationships, to show them the struggles of marriages, but teach them the principles to help them overcome those struggles so we can keep families together.
Yeah, because, a lot of people will try and make everything look rosy. And in real life, that is not the situation. In fact, they always have this, they talk about the envy of people who will scroll and look at other people's lives thinking everything is hunky-dory.
Yeah, exactly. That's why we wanted to take the filter off of our relationship, given our platform. We want to show people that we're experiencing the same struggles as you are, but here's how we're overcoming them.
Talk about also this man enough, because, here you were on the field doing a very macho profession, very manly, but you say that men need to their role needs to be redefined a little bit?
Yeah, exactly. So Wayfair Studios and Caring Across Generations created a safe space for us men to really talk about the struggles we face as a caregiver. And one of the struggles I faced was vulnerability during Leah's battle with cancer. As a man, as a football player, I was always taught to be that warrior, that soldier, and we learned how to suppress some of the pain that we're going through. But that doesn't necessarily work off the field. And when Leah was battling cancer, there were a lot of times where I had to watch her changes through FaceTime, where her hair would be falling out, her eyebrows would be falling off. And I wanted to cry because the only thing I wanted to do was be there with her and hug her and let her know it was going to be okay. But I couldn't because I needed to play football for the insurance. So I would hold it together. When we would hang up the phone, I would just break down and cry. And when I was writing my book, I was telling my co-author this, and Leah was looking at me and she was like, "Dad, I was doing the same thing. When we were on FaceTime, I wanted to cry, but I wouldn't allow myself to do it because I wanted to be strong for you. And when we hung up the phone, I would just break down and cry." And that let me know that I wish I would have been more vulnerable, that I would have unconditioned myself from the way the society taught me, so we could have shared those vulnerable moments. And I always tell her now, whenever you want to cry, let me know. We can cry together. We're going to have our weak moments, but we're not going to allow those weak moments to turn into a weak mindset.
So tell us, where can we find the Man Enough series, Devon?
You can find the Man Enough series on We Are Man Enough Instagram TV or on their YouTube.
And it's usually during dinner time, right? Which is a time when people should be coming together, put the phone down, and really listen.
Yes. Yep. So we shot this during dinner time, so we can just be, like I said, a safe space for us to just talk. But people can go to their Instagram now and watch it whatever they want. But I think it's very important for them to watch it as a family, so you can see men in a different light than society puts them in.
And I think also the pandemic has had such a profound impact, loss of jobs, you know, the man of the household who can no longer hold things together. It's been a very emotional time for so many.
Yeah, this is why this is so important, because a lot of times when men are going through those type of struggles where they're losing their job because of the pandemic, if they feel like they can't provide financially for their family, they feel like they're less than a man. So being able to see a series where men are talking about these struggles will give them the permission to talk about their struggles to their family, so they're not battling these things internally.
All right, Man Enough and Real Relationships with the Wife, the podcast. Devon, great to have you on. Continued blessings for your little girl and your family, and I hope she gets to be whatever she wants to be, whatever makes her happy when she grows up.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on, and you have a good day.
Okay, you too.